What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the High Line, episode 10.
10. We made it to double hands.
Digits?
Double
Double hands.
double hands.
I don't know what to
I
do
don't know
with
what
my
to do with
hands.
my hands.
Oh,
I
man.
don't. We're on the video screen.
We are.
You probably won't see this, but
No. Hello, all.
hello for me later when I'm editing this.
Yes.
This is the Highline. Trent Davis with you.
Riley Embry as well.
Unfortunately,
Yes.
I've been trying to get rid of him for quite a while now.
Well, you got to realize that the only reason people listen is because I'm here.
Oh, is it?
Yes.
Just to figure out what you're gonna be wrong with this week.
I'm pretty sure I was right more than you were.
What? Which one of our picks finished higher?
Fair enough.
Ooh,
Fair enough.
well, Richmond was it was something, all right.
It was a race.
It was a race.
This is a NASCAR podcast.
Something, yeah. We're actually talking about NASCAR
So far.
so far. One of us enjoyed it, one of us didn't. I'll let
It
you
might surprise
decide.
you. It might surprise you who that was.
Yeah. 'Cause have you liked any races this year? I think I've liked almost all of them, except for Phoenix. But even Phoenix had a good finish.
All things being considered, I think I liked all of them except for Phoenix. It's difficult to enjoy a race when your drivers finish in the 20s.
20s. Yeah.
But, other than that, most of the races have been pretty good this year.
I agree. I think this weekend's race was the second worst of the season.
I disagree.
Behind Phoenix. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Disagree.
It's surprising because I'm the one that did not enjoy the race. It was too much of an F1 type of race. If I want to watch that type of strategy and shit, I'd go and watch F1. Latte.
It's good stuff.
It is. Hope Bush don't get mad at us. We are
It's free advertising.
We are. That's what I'm saying, and we are constant customers of them. Probably a little too much that we like to admit.
I don't know about that.
But
I don't know. There's never too much Busch Light intake.
I think a lot of people disagree with you on that.
Well,
But not here.
I have not got to that point yet.
Busch Light is nectar of the gods.
It is.
What's that also? A blue yummy. What's it also called? Blue smoothie.
Beer.
Yes, it's called that one a lot.
It is called beer.
But
Anyways, this is a NASCAR
podcast. Sponsored by Busch Light. No,
but
not
it is
yet.
sponsored by Anchor.
Sponsored by Anchor.
It is. Thanks to the Anchor guys
Yep.
allowing us to say their name on this podcast.
Well, it's actually thanks to our fans.
Oh, yes.
If it wasn't for y'all, we wouldn't be able to have that our first sponsor of the show. So we appreciate y'all dearly, and I don't know how y'all been able to stick with us for 10 weeks, but we appreciate it.
We got at least 26 to go
At least.
this year. At least.
Yeah.
Richmond, I enjoyed it. It was a good time. It was a good race. It reminded me of a race that I would have watched in 2005, which is peak of my NASCAR viewing experience. It reminded me of a race from back then, which is why I enjoyed it.
Okay. I didn't enjoy it because
Chase Elliott was the worst Hendrick driver yet again.
no, it has nothing to do. When I examine a race after it's over, I look at three things. One, could you pass?
Yes.
No.
What?
You could not.
Okay. We watched a different race, but okay.
You could not.
All right.
Two,
We watched
the entertainment value. Was there anything entertaining going on?
the
Not
passing.
really. No. And yes, third, because I don't care who you ask, your driver or whoever you cheer for, if they did pretty well or not. But it's a less that factors in a lot less than the other two. Listen, Chase Elliott could wreck on lap one, and I'd be pissed. And no matter what happens at the end of the race or what happens at the rest of the race, it's probably not going to be my favorite race of all time. But if it's a hell of a race, I'm still going to say it's a hell of a race, even if my guy or my team is not involved in it.
Well, we talk about Darlington from last year, or at least I do talk about that, because that's the best NASCAR race I've ever been to.
Yeah. And your
Ryan,
guys ran great.
they didn't really run that well.
Busher finished, what, eighth?
He did, but he didn't run 8th.
And Newman ran like 12th.
Yeah, but he didn't run 12th.
Yes, they did.
I don't think they ran.
You were drunk.
I was drunk.
Busher and Newman had pretty damn fast cars. Not enough to like get in the top 5. Busher was almost, I think he was in the top 5 at one point.
He might have been, but so was Corey LaJoy. But
Yeah,
it's
true.
I agree with you that where your guys finish is an important factor on whether or not you enjoy the race. Which is why when Chase Elliott wins a race, when Jeff Gluck does his poll on
a lot
Twitter,
of people love it.
everybody says it's a great race. But when
Yeah.
Chase Elliott finishes last, nobody says that it's a good race.
Yeah.
I thought Richmond was a good race. I don't know if you watched the same race I watched.
I'm pretty sure I did.
Because there was a lot of passing.
How many leaders were there?
The Roush guys started 17th and 18th. Both of them were in the top 10 by the beginning of stage 2. You telling me that they just teleported to the top 10? Or
Yeah.
I think they had to pass some cars to get up there.
Yes. I'll give you that.
Kyle Busch passed some cars. Kyle Larson passed some cars.
Okay.
There's a lot of cars that started. Martin Truex Jr. Cars that didn't start in the top 5, top 10 that made their way into the top 10. There was a lot of passing. Maybe it wasn't for the lead because Ryan Blaney had a dominant car.
That's what I'm more talking about. Like the leader, you could not pass the leader. Even in really the top 5. Top 5 was almost set in stone after about 20 laps.
That's because
And you're talking about starts. I'm not talking about start. Yes, at the start of the race, you're going to be able to pass. But when that shit gets long and drawn out, we got a long run like we had yesterday.
Did you watch the last stage?
Strategy. New tires. Yeah, you're going to be able to pass if you got 35 fresher lap tires on there.
All right, but I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure Brad Keselowski came out in like 20th, 21st after his last pit stop.
Yeah.
Where'd he finish?
People had to pit.
He passed a lot of those cars on the track. He passed Daniel Suarez on the track. He passed.
Yes, because they pitted like 20 laps before him.
You said there was no
There's
passing.
4 or 5 different strategies. Yes, you're going to be able to pass at the end of the race based off strategy.
But that's what we can disagree on whether or not that the reason for the passing was good or not.
Mm-hmm.
But you can't tell me that there wasn't passing because there was.
On equal tires.
The leader didn't.
It was
the
very
guy
hard to
that won the
pass.
race did not take the lead until 11 laps to go. The guy
11 laps to go.
that finished second, Denny
tell you
Hamlin didn't take the lead till there was 11 laps to go.
5.
Was it 5?
It was like 4 or 5.
Even there you go. Even better. Denny didn't take the lead until however many laps to go. 5, 10,
I think
whatever
it was 5. I'm pretty sure it's 5.
And then you had Kevin Harvick, who probably had a better car at that point, but just couldn't get to him because of the lap traffic.
Explain
His
this
own
to
teammate got
me.
his way.
Was William Byron a better car yesterday or Martin Truex Jr.?
Probably Martin Truex
Yes,
Jr.
it wasn't even
But-
close.
but-
And Truex got to him for 150 laps and could not pass him. You know why?
He didn't get to him.
He got to
He never
him
got closer than a second and a half back.
a couple. No, he got within. He got pretty damn close.
He never got closer.
I'm
than
not
a
talking
second
about the
and a half.
last run. I'm talking about the run before that.
Oh, okay, well, I'm talking about
Truex
the
was
last run.
been fast, probably fastest car all day. He got to William and he could not do anything about it.
Or maybe he didn't want to. There's no reason to pass him at that
You want to be the leader?
You want to
control the race?
You want to save your tires at Richmond for sure.
Then why catch him like that?
Get to him, maybe you can make him burn his stuff.
That's what I'm saying. It's the leader, unless the only thing, because Blaney went out and dominated the first stage and a half of the race.
Mhm.
Nobody could touch him because he was the leader.
And
I don't think Blaney had the best car.
No, he didn't. But the guys with the best cars during the race didn't start up near him. Ross didn't have a very good car. None of those guys that started in the top 5 were that good.
Truex started like 7th.
Fair
Kyle
enough.
started, he had a good car. He started like 3rd.
Listen, Kyle did not have a race-winning car. Truex
Pretty close.
on strategy did, but he didn't have the best car.
Who had the best car? It was not Denny. Denny and Kevin were, I won't say they were terrible. They were They were I remember
at the end
of stage 1, they were battling for 10th.
Yeah.
Then in the middle of stage 2, they're battling for 12th. They were going the wrong way.
I was about to say the guys that had the best car at the end of stage 1 were probably Brad Keselowski and Chase Elliott.
Dude, them motherfuckers.
They were fast as fuck.
They were fast because Chase had cut it because Blaney was leading. Chase had cut it from I think 6 down to like 3, and Brad was like 8 seconds behind. He cut down to 5.
Yeah.
They were both
scooting.
And then they just fucking fell apart.
And that's why, and that's why I'm saying it's a good race. Even though my guy had top 5 speed at the beginning and top 15 speed at the end.
Yeah.
He didn't finish where he probably deserved to, but what do I say every week? Doesn't matter where you run, it's where you finish. But that's what we've been talking about for the past 10 years with this Gen 6 cars. Oh, there's no go or go homer. Not go or go homers.
Go or go homers. Where are you going with
qualifying. There's no comers and goers.
Yeah. I'll give you that. There was a lot of comer and goers.
In this race, you didn't know. You had Brad started, mid-pack, and the 17 that started mid-pack that could work their way up. Then you had Joey and Ross that started at the front and fell back and could never really make their way back up towards the front. Then you had Kyle that had his penalty, and then you had to see if he could come back. There were a lot of good things in this race. Now, there wasn't guys fighting on pit road, and there wasn't a lot of guys getting moved out of the way, and there wasn't
other
a lot
than
of
Ross
guys
and Ryan.
Yeah, and there wasn't a lot of guys wrecking each other and a lot of beating and banging. Yeah. But it was a good NASCAR race.